we have google.com, which seems to be fine. But if I click on this link, oh, I am just hacked. Welcome back, friends. In the past few videos, we learned foundations of HTML, explored the basic tags and built a small project, and also spent some time understanding accessibility and semantics in detail. In today's video, we are going to look at links, so let us jump right in. Let us start by creating a file with the same structure as in the previous one. So we will type 02 underscore links.html. Type exclamation mark and accept this autocomplete from Emmet. Change the title to HTML links. Inside our body, we will type h1 and HTML links. Save the file. And if you remember in our previous video, I suggested you this live server extension. Just go and install it if you have not already. So once you have it, click on this go live button. This will open the file inside your browser. Let us have a look at how a basic anchor tag looks like. So I will type A, then hit tab, which auto completes this tag for me. This tag means we want a link which refers to any other page in our local system or anywhere in the internet. So for now, I will link it to our intro.html file, which we have created in one of our previous videos. And here I will type intro file. And then we will go inside our browser and see this is what we have. We have intro file, which is a link, and if we click on it, we are navigated to the page we built in one of our previous videos. So let us go back and understand the types of links. So the first link which we already saw is the internal link, because this link refers to the file inside our project. The another type of link we may have is the external link. So for example, we have another anchor tag. Let us go inside our YouTube playlist. Click on share, then copy this link. Once we have this link, we will paste it right here and type our front end playlist. Save it and go back to our page. We have our front end playlist, but it is on the same line. So let us do a few line breakers. Now it is nice and clean. So this link is the external link because this refers to the external resource. So we can click on this and it takes us to the playlist which we have. The another categorization for these links we have is absolute versus relative link. So what this means, for that I have created one graph for you which explains what this actually is. So for example, a person wants us to travel from position 5 to position 3. What you can tell them is go back one step and then go to 3. That is the clean way of telling it. That is relative because you are telling them to go back and you must know the location where they are. Then only you can tell them to go back and then go to 3. But there is one more thing which is absolute URL. It means you will tell them location from the root. For example, from 1 to 2 to 4 and to 3. That is how they can reach to 3. So in summary, just remember that relative URL is based on your current location and absolute URL is complete path from the root. So if I ask you, is this an absolute URL or a relative URL? This is obviously a relative URL. And is this an absolute or relative URL? This is absolute URL because this is not dependent on our current location. This one is dependent. If this file is not located in the same folder, then this link will not work. Now we have attributes. For that, let us take one more anchor tag. Let us have a link to profile image. And if you remember, inside our projects, we had one profile image. Type a few breaks here, then navigate to our browser, and here is our profile image. If I click on this, you can see it opens, which is fine. But sometimes we do not want this behavior. We want browser to download the image instead of viewing it. So this download attribute instructs us browsers to download a URL instead of navigating. So if I save this file and go back to our HTML links file inside our browser, we will click on this. You can see it starts downloading this file instead of viewing it inside the browser. Another attribute we have is maybe useful right here. For example, what is happening currently is that if I click on front end playlist, it is making use of the similar tab, the same tab where our page was open. But what I want is I want this page as it is and open this one inside our new tab. For that, we can make use of target. I will type target equal to underscore blank. Once I do that, if I click on this, you can see our page remains as it is and it opens our front end playlist in the next tab. And this takes us to one of the very important thing, which is spoofing. If you notice it so far, we can have anything here and then any different thing here. For example, let us have google.com here and then we will have, for example, inside our extras, like this way. We will have breaks here. Inside our browser, we have google.com, which seems to be fine. But if I click on this link, oh, I am hacked. But no, this is just a placeholder page. And these things might happen. Every website is not safe. So you should know which website is trustworthy. So where this comes from, how this happened, inside our extras, we have this hack.html. You can find this inside our GitHub repository, inside this extras folder, and you can find all of this code. Whenever we are visiting any link inside any website, we should first see where it navigates. For example, we have google.com. It shows us at the bottom of this page that where it is going to navigate. Once you see this, if it is where you want to go, then fine. Otherwise, you should refrain from clicking it. You should not click on this link. So that is how these things work. And I hope this session was helpful. Consider liking this video, share with your friends, and also subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. And that is it for this video. This is your host, Qureshi Akil. See you in the next one. Fi Amanillah.